Welcome once again to Detroit Shrimp Aquatics, everyone. I am your host, the Shrimp Nerdy Dude. How's it going? Still in ya? What's up? Hey, still in ya. I did not know that you were such. This is a positive thing, but I mean, I didn't know that you had the skills that you had. I watched that drywall stuff you did, and that was pretty darn good, son. Using that drywall lift like that. The bad thing is when I start a job, they want me to stand on the ground and hold that stuff while the short guys get up on benches and stuff. It's never fair. It's never fair. So, Leah Jet, welcome. So, I just wanted to say that's pretty good stream you made there, doing the drywall stuff. Guys like me appreciate that. My glasses are crooked, see? There we go. It was cool to see somebody that doing some stuff and showing off their skills. Yep. Yes, sir. I thought it was pretty cool. And the funny thing is I've never used a board lift. There's been many a day that I probably should have, but just probably didn't use I probably could have done things a little better. What does this say? Green screen. Got it. Let's try it. Heads up, green screen feature uses a bit more computer resources than other features. The most powerful computer is, the better it will perform. Well, this is a very powerful computer, but I'm not going to do it just yet. I'm doing a couple water changes, and then I'm going to do top offs. But I can hear it right now. My water has. I'll explain to you. Give me about 29 seconds. Okay. Sorry about that. I started. Bob Moss, shut the back door. Petro Man. Had to put my nerdy glasses on. What's this? Sorry, I'll get to you guys here in one second. I put over 80 boards ceiling alone. Really? 80? Did you do it in a day? Because, I'm a union guy, and a lot of jobs I don't take because, I'm getting older. They want 100, 80 to 100 now. And for me, that's a lot. I'll tell you what I just did here in a second. So if you guys ever see when I text you or you guys message me, I always send you that nerdy little smiley face with the tape. That's me, just to let you know. Petroman 1185, what is going on? Thank you for being in here. Love to see Leah in here. Leah's been really busy. I got my Leah Jet back. It's like I stopped listening to country music and I got Leah Jet. They have that song. What do you get back when you stop listening to country music? Your dog, your horse, your cat, your house. You get everything back because you lose it all. I'm a lurk. CFL is on. Well, thank you, Bob. Hey, hit that thumbs up if you could, and thanks for just running it for me. Yuta Shiznit. Hey, Bob, there's a lot of stuff. I don't know. You're going to have to, I want to do it as a surprise and stuff, but there's a lot of stuff online here in the States that is really, really cool. A lot of Bob Moss Nano stuff, or Bob Moss Rot, or the guy that you changed. What's his name? Bob Ross. Sorry. There's a lot of cool stuff over here, like for sale on Facebook and stuff. It's the marketplace stuff. It's cheap stuff, but it's super cool. There's a couple things I wanted to send them to you, but for one, I don't have your address, and two, I don't want it to take like 9 months, and three, I don't want it to cost $200. So, but yeah, there's a lot of cool stuff here. Learjet Petro, bad stuff. So, Bob. Amazing live stream with Robbie. Thank you very much. I still have to get out. I have it all written down. I know it's something I say all the time, but it's true. There's no reason to lie. I'm very busy and I'm very lazy. So I I have not gotten the addresses and stuff to Robbie. Everyone that messaged me during that live stream to get their free giveaways. There's some, that couldn't get a hold of me for some reason. They were in the live stream. God, Doug, I can't remember. But I just got to get that person my phone number so they can send it to me. But for some reason, they can't get a hold of me. But we'll fix that. But if anyone's curious, Blue Crown Aquatics is running a big, huge sale right now for the holidays. He's got 45% off all of his supplies. Now, I don't know if that's shrimp. I don't know if that's shrimp, but still his supplies, like he has those new BBB bags. That's what he's giving away. But, those will be, that's almost 50% off. Oh, my Extreme Red King Kongs are Prego. Sweet. It's almost 50% off. So you're cutting prices in half. So if you guys need anything, I go over there and check out Robbie's BlueCrownAquatics.com. Check out his stuff. He's got some great stuff. Just think like the long nets that I sell. It should be everything. Like I said, I'm not sure about shrimp. I don't know why I'm screaming at the computer. Remind me to check my water. But, so if he has 50% off, you got to figure the nets that I sell, $12. So he's got it, you're looking at $6 and a quarter or something but whatever. I can't remember what he sells them for, but it'd be almost half off. That you can't beat that. So. But thank you. Now I gotta get I just don't want to ask anybody and see, the thing is I am what's the word? Like I said, I'm lazy. But if I give you my word, that's what I do. But here's the thing. My thing is I'm a spur of the moment guy. So let's say I'm sitting here doing tanks like I am right now, and then all of a sudden I think of, oh my gosh, I could do this, around the house or something. I've been meaning to do it. I'll just get up and do it, and then burn up the whole day doing that. So really, it's hard for me to plan something out because I'm a spur of the moment kind of guy. I don't really make plans. I mean, if I do, I keep them and that's fine, but I try to never make plans so I don't have to break the plans because I know I'm that type person. But me, my wife, all of us are that. We can just sit here and in 2 minutes be like, hey, let's go garage sailing, or hey, you want to go to the antique store, or hey, let's go to the beach. I mean, it doesn't matter. We just get up and go. So I've been asked to go on a live stream recently a couple times, but I've been so busy getting back to work. That's been a lot of fun. That's another reason why I haven't been on a ton. chomping everybody's ears off, but getting back to work. And it takes a lot out of you. This month is 2 years. But I've been working, some side work and stuff. But you're looking at close to, what was it? I was the 21st, or wait, September 21st of 2019, I think, because my birthday is the 19th, September 19th. So I think it was right after my birthday that I got my neck broke or fractured or whatever you want to call it, 3 places. But so, getting back to work, and then once the day's over, you come home, I'm just like, ooh, I don't want to do anything. So I'm building up that you get home, you want to cut the grass, you want to do, chores around the house, I'm getting there, So, so after I do stuff, I got all these tanks. Before I was sitting around the house, healing, but, I was sitting around the house doing nothing. So it made it gave me something to do, and the hobby and the shrimp and fish community, they're the ones that, you guys all got me through it. So, and of course, God, with probably lack of praying, but, still he made it to where I can work again and take care of my family. So I got to give big thanks to the big guy upstairs. So, but anyway, so that's why I haven't gotten the stuff to Robbie. I'll get it to Robbie here in the next, probably today. I was thinking about it. So the wife's going to be doing some stuff here in the storage room. I built her a bunch of wood prices came down, in case no one knows. It's like, they're not dirt cheap like they were. I think a 2x4 was like let's say it was like $260 or something. I think I paid like $349 or something. It's down. So, and you go buy one metal wire rack, and they're like $100 plus per rack. I built her 12-foot wall, all the brackets. I did 12-foot 2x4s with brackets spaced 4 foot apart, so 4, 8, 12, 4, 8, 11. To give that extra, I didn't want to put it right on the end of the board. And all the brackets to do it all, I paid $100, and with my business account at Home Depot, $111, I think, and that's cheaper than one shelf. So I gave her 12 feet of shelves, and then the shelves that were in there, she moved around real nice and placed them where she wants them. So, so I did. I got to do some stuff, and I got to put some braces in there for it too. But so that's why I have it. So I will get that stuff in. But that's why I want to get. There's a couple more people, that I want to be next on the channel. Because here's the thing, there's a lot of people I look up to, but they do, like mostly fish and some shrimp. Well, what I want to do is and see, I don't want anybody to think, a lot of people are so busy, they don't really have time to do streams, one-on-one conversations, stuff like that. And I kind of don't want to just follow everyone else and be like, oh, hey, 19 people have had so-and-so on. I'm going to contact them and see if they'll go on my channel. So I'm trying to bring, but that person that's been on 19 times are probably one of the people that I look up to and I appreciate. But I kind of want to get it to where they haven't been asked for a long time. And, it would be new to get them back onto a live stream. So there's people, that I would like to get on here that are just shrimp guys and gals. But if there's anyone that you guys would like to see me have on this channel that I could beg to get on this channel, let me know. I will be if he's watching football or something, he won't hear it, but he probably will. But to to get Bob Moss Nano Tanks on here. I really like Bob. Bob's super cool. He's got great personality. He's hit his 1,000 subscribers. I mean, that guy went and bought a whole freaking computer store to hook his stuff up. So I like to get Bob on here because, see, Bob's from Canada. So you're from technically a different country. So it's kind of cool, even though you're a stone's throw away from me. It's good to get. It's good to talk to somebody who's in a whole nother place, so you can get this type of products, types of tank, different types of products that maybe we can't get here. Stuff that you like, stuff that you don't like, stuff, conversations like that. I don't know if Bob's been on any channels, but Bob will be one that I ask because I respect Bob. Oh, you don't okay, hold on, I'll get down to that. Noob Leviathan, welcome. Sorry, I'm missing some of these. Hold on. Brian the Shrimp Head Babies, I'm so excited. Big thank you. Well, I'm very glad Still In You is still in here because it makes me feel really good because it shows everyone the type of, the quality shrimp that we sell here. Oh, another thing, I had a customer come yesterday. Yeah, I think yesterday. Gentleman, younger guy, but he's about half hour, 35 minutes from here. And he contacted me and he's like, man, I just came across your stuff. I didn't know that I had a shrimp breeder so close to me. I was like, well, I'm the only shrimp breeder that I know of. So, but yeah, so it's really good to hear that the shrimp I sold you are doing so good, which lets me know that, you got it going on and all your setup is really good. Because look, not for nothing, but when I went from discus and got 10 shrimp and I killed them all. I don't know how. So, accidents can happen, and that's why I like when, I get good stories. Filling 3 new tanks for zebra plecos, 4 zebra plecos, and snowball plecos. Well, snowball plecos, I've had them. They're one of the most prettiest, the gold spots. Now, there's 2 snowballs. The 201s, I believe that's what I had. They got the gold spots. They're kind of like the gold, the big ones that are the gold, the ones that are expensive. They're probably $35 to $60 for little ones. And then when they get really big, they're like $300. But the 201s, 201 gold spots, incredible. Zebra plecos, like I tell everybody, I can get them over here. There's an older gentleman that's retired. He breeds them. That's his hobby. He does great. But yeah, the snowballs are one of my favorites. I don't care. There's some out there that makes your jaw drop, but to walk past the tank daily and see the little snowball plecos in there, especially the gold spots. I'm really a gold spot person. So good choice there. Good choice there. And then if they start breeding, you're really in good shape. So all you got to do is, I don't know. Some people say it's super simple to breed plecos. Some people say they can't do it. I just heard a story at the store the other day. My buddy's store, his employee that's been there since day one, he said he sold some lemon plecos to a customer or a friend of his or something. He's had them for 2 years and they've never bred. He's like, dude, I think you might have sold me, they're the same or something, 2 boys or 2 girls. And I'm like, well, it's not hard to tell with plecos, with bristle nose. So not everyone can breed them, but it's kind of like mystery snails. Not everyone can breed them. So I mean, there's a woman that comes in my buddy's store that she brings them in by the dozens and just gives them to him. She said, I can't get them to stop. I don't take the the eggs out, when they lay the eggs, she's like, I don't take clutches out or nothing, and they just don't stop breeding. So he gave me a bunch of them when I was up there. I put them into 125. If you get zebra plecos, I'm really jealous, Leah. They are red, not sure what kind, whatever Brian sent. Fire red. Oh, still in you got two. He purchased two Skittles packs from us here at Detroit. So he got, they're fire reds or they're Bloody Marys. Those are the two reds that I carry. I don't carry cherry shrimp. Used to, and it just it's too much to clarify. If somebody says, well, what's the difference between a cherry shrimp, a painted fire red, or painted cherry and a fire red? So it's like, it's like having cars, 3 different reds and cars, brick red, fire red, all these different reds. So I just go with 2. I go with fire red because it's the highest grade red before you get to a Bloody Mary, because the fire red is a shell, red shell. Bloody Mary is red meat. The inside of the shrimp is red. So I got the highest grade Neo shell wise, and then you jump into that other niche of, not a niche, but the other area of the inside of the shrimp is colored instead of the shell. So those are the differences. So, and here's the thing, they're both really high quality. So they get dark, like start to get a black to them. So they're really sharp. Brian P., what is going on? He's watching, looking. Danny West, there's the guy. Speaking of mystery snails, I'm tying the cross purple dark foot with magenta light foots. Let's see what I get out of it. Stripes would be nice. Yeah. Yeah, I tried the mystery snail route, but my issue was I tried too hard, and I was just like, you know what, forget it, I'm not doing it. So let me cut that, come down. Where am I going? I'm gonna go over here. So here's my new science thought. It's so what I'm noticing, what I'm trying to do is with the water changes, if the tanks are healthy, and I freaking hate crooked, I got crooked ears or something. If the tanks are healthy and they're not showing any need of water change, I don't water change them. If the tanks have slimy hair algae, they're getting a water change, so I can lessen what's in the tank that's causing the slimy hair algae to make them all that way, and it's working really good. It's like what the hell? Oh, you listen to LRB and some of them people so much, it's like how many times they have to slap you in the head and go, water change. Water change, cut the lights down a little bit. And now since I angled the lights across and toward the back, they're getting less light because it's not just beating down on it, but, they need that water change instead of just topping off because I'm leaving all that abundance of crap in the water that helps grow that. So any tank that's $1 million that isn't overgrown, I'm just topping off. Test the TDS and stuff. If it's cool, just top offs, and probably do, like, if I do water changes this time and top offs, then the next time the ones that I did top offs will get a water change. So every 3 weeks, 4 weeks, they'll get a water change. So James Gape, hey James Gape, how are you? Good to see you. Trying to cross. Yeah. So yeah, the mystery snails are super sweet. I got white or ivories. I think a blue, ivory, blue. No purples. Ivory, blue. I don't know. I got a few colors, but he didn't have any purples. He's like, yeah, for some reason she never brings in purples. I was like, that's because she keeps them for herself. So, and then I got the regular color guy. I can't think of Water Chains Boy. Yeah, there you go. Yep. Hey, if you guys haven't seen Pantera Danny, his new video, he used Pantera song to make his new fish video about algae. I don't know. That's top of the line. That stuff is pretty sweet. Very, very sweet. So I just bought a 120-liter tote to use as a cold tank. Pretty pumped. Told the wife it was for storage. It is for storage. It's for storing cold tank. Tote. Yeah, totes. See, my buddy at the store gave me, I think it's a 40-gallon tote, like a Rubbermaid, the black ones. And I use it outside to grow green water because I was taking all the bristlenose outside to grow them out. And so I wanted to start it out, really strong. I mean, yeah, bacteria, I got all that in there, but if the glass is covered really good, with algae and stuff, I didn't want to dump a bunch of food in there. So I did the green water effect, and they just loved it. Plus I had a bunch of rocks in there that I wanted to get ready for a fish tank. And I don't know if you guys can really tell, but that's the new Shelly tank. Let me move this up. Oops. That's the new Shelly tank. So 10%. One didn't make it. It was itty bitty. So I did, I don't know, let's say inch of crushed coral. Oh, nice. Thank you. An inch of crushed coral. I got that other one running over there too. Yeah. Turn the exhaust fan on. Oh, you got to take the cap off. I know. But I did about an inch of crushed coral. I had the bag left over from the Solwaysi tank. So inch of crushed coral. And then I had, when I went to my buddy's store a couple weeks ago, let's say about 3 weeks ago, he had 2 5-gallon buckets of black sand. A customer brought in, didn't want any more, and they had brought in their tanks, sold them everything, whatever. And he gave me a 5-gallon bucket of it. And I wanted to cover up all these tanks with white sand. Well, they're done. I mean, that had white sand. So what I did is I rinsed it out really good. I mean, really, really good. And then I took it outside, let it dry for a couple weeks out in the super hot heat. And then I did the tanks and everything. Well, when I gutted this and did this, I put the rest of the black sand in there, and it wasn't enough. And so I had the wife go get me 2 5-pound bags of black sand, and I capped that. So there's about 2.5 inches of black sand to an inch of crushed coral. And then I have a bunch of stones, rocks that I've collected since I was a kid, crystals and stuff. And then we got the shells in on Saturday. They are an escargot shell from France. So straight from France. So the best info I could get on prepping the shells from the guy who sent me, Pumpkin King, who sent me the shell dwellers, was he was told to boil them just in case you got any stragglers, hangers on it. So that's what we did. We boiled them for about 15 minutes. cooled them down, and then we put them in here. So they like to hang around the back in the back corner. He sent me juvies, except one adult male, one adult female, to hopefully try to get me going quick. But so you know what? Let me see if this. I don't know if I can control it from this app because see, I probably won't be able to. Let me see. Due to the fact that I'm not, it won't let me. I'm not using the camera on the app, so I can't zoom in. But anyways, so we boiled them, put them in there, and they hang out in the corner back here, because of the large rock, and then the little babies poke their heads out, they come out and stuff, and I've been putting brine shrimp in there, live brine shrimp. My buddy's store doesn't have baby brine. He's got frozen baby brine, but I've been watching like KG and KG Tropicals and hold on, Prime Time. I think more Prime Time, but they say to feed them baby brine shrimp, live baby brine shrimp. Well, I don't have anything to grow them and stuff. So, anyways, I put the brine shrimp in there. I've been feeding them flake food, and they just go nuts. So, it's I don't know. It was just I needed something in here with movement, larger movement. I see the shrimp and everything, but really no one else can see it. And then maybe as it goes on, because my table and everything moves here, I can get closer to that when it really starts to get full and use it as a background tank. But that's the Mega Flex, if you guys remember. Still this day, it still works like the day I bought it. The only thing that, and I have a 15-gallon Fluval Flex around the corner. The only thing I see in it that I don't like, it's not a flaw that they have. I don't like, but it works really well, is inside the motor housing, there's a cap, and you pop that cap off, and inside of there is a piece of foam, like filter, a big filter piece. What it does is it goes in there, so all the water that it sucks in, it catches it, so it doesn't blow it out, but that it gets really mucky. I mean, really, really mucky, and the motor does, it has to struggle to suck the water through. But what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to add some filter floss in around the sides of the filter pads, because the filter pads, if that thing's getting so mucky, then the filter pads aren't catching what they should be catching. So if I put filter floss in front of because on the bottom, on this side of the plenum and top, both sides, top and bottom, they have the slots where the water gets sucked into. Well, if it gets sucked through there and then it goes to the big filter, and the filter pads like right here on both sides, then there's a gap in between where it comes in and the filter pad. It's probably about 3 inches. But if it's not getting caught on the filter pads, and it's making its way into there, because holy heck, when you clean it off, it's like cleaning a dual sponge filter that's been running, for 4 months, 5 months. There's so much muck that's in there. Anyways, it does its job, but if it caught more trash before, I think it would be better, and you would keep that power in the pump at all times. I'm afraid that it's going to burn the pump up because it gets so mucky and yucky. So we'll see. But if anyone's ever interested in buying one, buy it. They're incredible tanks. Haven't had an issue with it. There's so much room in the back that you could put, like I have the stones and everything all around the pump for bacteria. I mean, there's so much to where you can do it yourself and just add a whole bunch, because it's all in the back. So it allows you to like build it up like you would do a hob or even a canister filter. And it just enables you to do things differently, per se, because you could put like a pad all the way at the bottom, like let's say down here for it to catch, and then in between the two slotted areas where the water goes in, you could get one of those bags from the store, and you could fill it with stone and what have you, all sorts of stuff, media, and put it on top of the sponge filter, and then a sponge, and then put a piece of sponge on top of that. So, you would have all this media in between the two big sponges. Now, the sponges that come in here are kind of built like that. And that's the crappy part of bottom is there's less sponge. So when you pull them out, there's two big, huge areas that are cut out to put bags of media. I'd rather have a solid sponge and put my own media in there than sliding it into there. So it was a bad, I think it's a bad design, but other than that, I can't complain. It works great. The one around the corner is crystal clear. They're always crystal clear. They're great filter or fish tanks. And to slow down the water coming out, I just take a small little sponge, for the intake for a hob filter, and I just stick it right over the end. So the water's not coming out and hitting. This one I do because it's large, but the 15 gallon, I just slide one over the end of it. So the water comes out and hits that filter and then kind of just falls into the tank. So it's not like beating up your small fish or, what have you, but for like a saltwater tank, they got a lot of power. Wife had to hook me up with the new peach tea. Woo! Tastes like a can of sugar. So, yeah, great tank. But the Shelleys, like I said before, we've always been a fish family before we did the shrimp. So fish mean a lot to us. We got 125. We got a 40 gallon with a pair of gulper catfish in it. We breed plecos, all sorts of stuff. So it's like, it's like our first love. So when I seen the Shelleys, I was always like, eh. But then when my buddy sent them to my buddies, when Pumpkin King sent them to my buddy's pet store in Westland, something fishing in Westland, Michigan. Now, I know there's different stuff that's called something fishy, but his store's been there for over 25 years. So if you punch it up just to look, it's in Westland, Michigan. But when my buddy sent them to him so he could sell them in the store, they were like so cute. I was like, oh my God, I gotta have these. You see them on Google and stuff, and they look a certain way. It is what it is. Hey, you can do your stuff. All right. She wants to rearrange the room in there. But, yeah, when I saw them, they were just super cute. Now, I've always wanted to, have, 100 tanks of nano fish. Nano fish, like CBDs and, or CPDs, really small. Keep it small. The little rainbow, Suna McGills, and, all that stuff. I don't know. I like big fish. I do. Those catfish gonna get really big. I have a thing with catfish, though. It's like, I don't know. Everyone has a favorite fish. Like, I love arowana. I love discus, catfish. Even the wood cats are cool because I think they're in the same type of family as the gulpers. The Walago catfish are super cool because they have like a snake body type, their fins. But there's so many cool fish out there. I never thought I would have large fish. My Severums and stuff are really big. My Warus are big, but it's like I've always wanted a ton of tanks with little fish in it, and it's hard because so many stores don't carry the little fish that are super cool and everything. But now you're getting all these other people which is cool because you can get them, but for selling them, it'd be tough. But you got like Dan's Fish, that guy's on point. I mean, even his prices. I'm not gonna say a name, but I can shop somewhere pretty cheap. Some prices people have are like, oh my gosh. I mean, it's astounding how expensive some stuff is compared to other people's. But Ken's Fish is really sweet. Then you got Redfish, Bluefish. I haven't spoke to him in a while, but we used to talk quite a lot. Well, not like on the phone or anything, but he used to come on here a lot, but I'm sure he's really busy or he just doesn't like me. No, but his stuff is like, out of this world. It's just, so these people are doing stuff like I wanted to do. It's just they have the abilities to do it now. So watch my water. So it's nice to see that people are getting these itty bitty fish, these nano fish, and bringing them, to us to where we can get them. Cause it's like for the longest time, all the cool fish you just couldn't get. Went and swapped my laundry, came back to the football game. One team scored 15 points. Nice. It sounds like the Detroit Lions, but they're never the ones that are scoring the 15 points. Tian Aqua, what is going on, Big Pimpin'? Oh, that's another guy I like. I have the gold Shelleys. Oh, you're a jerk. Not really, but the golds I wanted the golds. But I'll take these. I want to, seriously, I want to get, multiple tanks of Shelleys. But the golds are big. Then, gosh, I'll have to get the name of the other ones. They're just so cute. But golds are super cool. Golds are expensive. I think they're the most expensive Shelley that you can get right now, at least from what I'm getting, and from Primetime Aquatics. I think he even says that they're the most priciest. But the thing is, hold on, when it comes to Shelleys, hold on. He was saying, now see, I'll go off of these gentlemen because, they've been around, for a handful of years and they know way more than I do. So, but they said that these guys, the multifasciitis, Neolamprologus, they were so hard to get before. I don't know if they're hard now, but they're, gosh, what was it? Still, now the Similis, the Neolamprologus Similis, those are really nice. The Neolamprologus, the thing I see, a big difference, and to me it's a big difference, is the bars on them and how far it goes up the face and the coloring on them. That's why I put these guys on black. Because look, I know they come from white, but everyone does white. I wanted black because they got that little baby blue to them, that sky blue, and their eyes and everything. And I just wanted when they come out and their lines a little darker, I wanted them when they come out that they were, it stuck out a little more. Now I could see that the reason the sand is, well, not the reason, but why they would like the white sand, because more of like a hiding. Hopefully they realize in here over time that there's nothing to be afraid of. I'm not going to put anything in there to kill them or eat them or prey on them. But with the lighter sand, it's, they can hide more. They're harder to see, which I think that, it's kind of like a chameleon, changing its color so it doesn't get eaten. So I could see that being a big deal with Shelleys. Now, I don't know where all Shelleys come from, the color substrate that they all come from. Because I don't even know if Shelleys will interbreed with each other, like a Similis will breed with multifasciitis. I don't know that because, it'd be really cool, like even my 125, to take the 125, take everything out of it. I mean, leave everything in it, but take all the fish out of it, plecos, everything, and put Shelleys in it, but different types of Shelleys. So like, let's say the golds, the multis, and Similis or something. And if they kept like certain areas to themselves, they didn't like cross over and hang out with each other. I think that would be sweet. You ever use Snowflake food pellets for shrimp that bloom? I sell Snowflake, Danny. I sell Snowflake, and I sell another one that my son named Shrimp Cake, but it's like it, but it's a different type of food. Let's say it's a different flavor. You have Snowflake, and then you have this other stuff. I sell all that stuff. I don't know the brand. I got a few for free from Lady Diane. Yeah, the stuff's incredible. Snowflake is here's the big thing about Snowflake and the other stuff that I have. I just sent it. Pumpkin King just ordered a ton of it off of me. But Snowflake is a bean hull. So it's soybean hull, husk, the skin, right? And then it's compressed. And if you look it up, it's like fed to cattle, like cattle feed. Well, they feed it to cattle to fatten them up because there's, as everyone knows, well, not everyone, but there's a lot of protein in beans. There's gas and protein. They go hand in hand. That's why if you work out, you're always gassy. If you eat a protein bar, you're gassy, so on. But anyways, so the Snowflake, when it breaks open like that, if your shrimp do not eat it, all of it, don't feed them anything until it's gone. Because what happens is now all of that husk starts to grow the biofilm and stuff on the bacteria that you want so bad. But you have this food that you put in there, and as it decomposes, kind of like an Indian almond leaf, but this is nothing but goodness. So if your tank is not empty from that soybean, from your Snowflake, don't feed it anything else until that's gone, because that's where you can get into trouble too, because you'll be like, oh my God, hey, I fed this yesterday. It's still there. I'm good to go. I'm going to feed something else. Well, no, they didn't finish it because they're not hungry, because there's so much in the tank that they're eating that you can't see or don't know about. So you wait, no matter what, wait till it's all gone and then feed them again. Now, if for some reason 2-3 days go by and that stuff's not disappearing, do a water change, because there's something wrong with the shrimp they're not wanting to eat. Because here's the thing with Snowflake is like, I don't know, it's like candy, or it's like anything that you really love. That's how a shrimp looks at it. They like it so much. So if you put it in the tank and they're not eating it, then there's a reason that they're not eating it, whether they're full and there's plenty to eat in the tank, meaning that your tank is just growing all these good bacterias and everything that they don't want nothing else, because they're scavengers, or the water needs change or something icky, blah about the water. Not saying you're going to have ammonia, this, that, which you could have snails dying off. You don't see it. Could be under plants or mosses or something, but something's in there that's throwing them off. So like I had a tank over here. If I don't see my shrimp, I give it a couple days. I don't feed. If they're not out grazing and they're hiding in the Sawasatan and stuff, I don't feed. Because if they're not out grazing, what am I going to feed for? That means they're either eating or something's wrong. So you always have to take that into consideration. If your shrimp are out grazing and foraging, then they're hungry. If shrimp are not out foraging, then there's food where they're at, where they're hiding at, or there's a water problem, which is making them not want to come out to scavenge. So that's something you have to look at too, and understand that, and these are things I learned over time, doing this for so long. It's the little things that, it's kind of like a fish. You drop food in there, you could go, oh, well, he's full. Well, he's full from what? I fed them yesterday, but then you go, well, did I feed them too much? And what was it? I like to throw out stuff that people say that I find very intriguing or very smart. But like Father Fish says, a hungry fish is a healthy fish. A fish that doesn't eat is not healthy. There's something wrong. Well, is there something wrong with the fish? Doesn't have to be. But water, you got to figure that the fish is sucking it through. If there's a bunch of like dirt in it, ammonia, anything, he don't like it, he's not going to want to eat. It's like having my gulper cats. I only had one. Now I got two, but they're in a 40 breeder. I mean, they're only about, 6 inches right now, but I feed them big silver side fish frozen. We cut up small, like a 1x1 chunk of frozen tilapia and feed it to them. Well, they say that their waist is really big and you should, clean, give them a water change, every few days. I do it like every 4 days. But so if a fish isn't going to eat, and he's not coming out and pecking at the substrate, you're like, ooh, something's wrong with my fish. Same thing with shrimp. So just kind of put the two together and do the water change. So like here, like I've had these purple metallics down here for a while. I could swear that they're pregnant, but every time I turn around, the people that steer me along and give me all this influence, positive influence, that know way more than me. Water change. But the thing is what I have to learn is when to do a water change. And that's what I've learned. And that's what I still teach myself every day. I don't care. It's just what I teach myself because there's a lot to learn. You don't want to do water changes when it's not necessary. You don't want to do water changes too far apart when it's necessary. You need to know, you need to be able to spot when things are, off, stuff like that. So, those are the things that I work on. But the snowflake food, to get back to that, it's if Lady Diane gave you some, it's the best stuff in the world. I feel you on the nano fish. If I get more fish, they will probably be small. Yeah, because it's you could put a lot, like shrimp. That's why I like shrimp so much. I have 200 shrimp in a tank in a 10-gallon. I have 200 living creatures in a 10-gallon, right? Can't do that at fish. If you go by the rule, inch, per gallon or whatever, what is it? Yeah, 1 inch per fish per gallon of water. If you do that, you're not going to have much in there. So if you can look at something small and go, wow, that's just incredible. Just the colors on it and the sheen and the this and that, like the gulper cats is just, to me, they're just beautiful fish. There's something about them that's just, I just love to watch them all day, and check them out. But yeah, small fish are good. And that's what I'm saying. It's, redfish, bluefish, he had he's got a connection. Look, the guy jumped in. He's good at what he does, and people are all over, buying his stuff. It's, there's some stuff out there. It's really nice, get some good stuff. What we got? Tianako says the golds are cool, but they're a lot harder to colony breed because they're so aggressive. Yeah, that's what I was listening to Prime Time. And he was saying more or less, you got to have a bigger tank so the males aren't so, they don't fight so much, or you got to have more stuff in there, like bigger stuff other than shells. Like me, look, I put big rocks in there. Look, I understand if you look at the bottom of a area where the shellies come from, it's all shells and stuff. But look, if you put this huge barrier where they don't see another male, that's pretty good. Someone who has a nice video on it, I just watched the other day, is King of DIY, Joey. He's got a really nice hookup, big, huge shelly tank. It's beautiful. And he's got Frontosas, in the tank with him. But the tank is so massive, it does really good. Now, if I would say if your tank, if they're not breeding, I would take out a bunch of your males. Just leave like 2. I don't know how many you have. I don't know how many golds you have, but sell off a male and a female or 2, start getting them out of your tanks and just leave, let's say you got, 6 males, get rid of, 3 of them. Cut that aggression down. Yeah, every 3 to 4 days. Yeah, that's good, Danny. Yeah, it's just something, it's good. And the other stuff I have is it's compressed the same way. It's just well, I mean, it's not like it's a secret. It's a barley, and it's a feed. But Luke named it shrimp cake, so we have snowflake and shrimp cake. But they go nuts over that, just like they do the snowflake. So. Atkins Nature Aquariums, welcome. Good to see you. Teen Aqua. Petroman 1185 says, I do water changes on my discus tanks when my nitrates get up to 10 parts per million. Yeah. How many plants do you have in there? I see a lot of really healthy discus tanks. And, at the time when you see them and they're super healthy, you're like, wow, this is really good, but most of the time you don't see them when they're not so healthy. But my buddy's store, he gets discus from Hans, same as I did. Then I started getting them from like Malaysia and stuff like that. But he has a tank, a 180 it's probably got 6 inches of substrate. Lots of plants, really cool plants. And then he's got like these coral lights, but I think they're for freshwater, hanging over the top of it. It's really the only thing. He has like large green plecos and stuff in there. You put arowanas in it once in a while. He just lost a black arowana. Jumped out of a little itty bitty slot, and he was sick. But he puts his discus in there and doesn't do anything to the tank. No water change. I mean, maybe top off, but the tank is, it's like some father fish stuff. The tank is so, it's just so built up. It's like a well-oiled machine. I don't know if Father Fish ever said that about one of his tanks. It's a well-oiled machine. Get it that way, understand it like that. Once it's greased up, you don't have problems with it ever. And not for nothing. I mean, he doesn't. I was just there 2 days ago when I took him that. I have so much Hookerus moss. I took him some because if you look online and see how much Hookerus moss is. It's like $31 for like, I don't know, 10 pieces or something. Now, when I bought it, it was I paid $15 for, or was it $25 for 15 little pieces? But anyways, I got tons of Hookerus moss, tons of Sawasha tank. You guys see all this stuff banging to the front of the tanks? It's all Sawasha tank. But because it's my favorite, because the shrimp just hang out and eat all day. But yeah, I went up there and took that Hookerus moss up there, and he had order from or ordered discus from Hans up there, and just healthy as can be, swimming around. Just none of them, a couple of them off color, a little darker, but they're just healthy as can be, swimming around, not hiding in the corners. It was really cool, really nice to see. The tank I'm filling up right now, I'm really excited. It's my black dragon tank. So it's black Calcio, but I like dragon. They were Prego, and I drained out probably 4 inches, and I put just pure RO in there, so give them a nice little drinky drink. But yeah, it's the more plants you can put in a discus tank, they're just crazy happy. So because it eats up everything in the tank, and you can't get high nitrites. I mean, it's so hard, because the plants do everything. Gosh, the discus are just so healthy. Now, those are the most beautiful, healthiest tanks I've ever seen. And as a breeder, I couldn't use all those plants. I use plants, but it was hard to capture them, and then you destroy the tank, tear them up, and everything. So, that's where the water changes came in all the time. I never had a tank that was so set up like that because, I was breeding them, and selling them and pairing them off in other tanks. And, they were substrateless, all sorts of stuff. So I'm a discus tank. Yeah. Do Neo shrimp, Atkins nature, do well with higher nitrates or keep it lower? None. Shrimp do better with nothing. Nitrites, ammonia, they do best when there's none. It's usually I see when if shrimp start to act funky is when those numbers start to go up. That's why there was times where I didn't even know what my problem was. It was probably about 4 months ago. I had an issue with we'll do the same over here with the blue the Aura Blues. We'll just go straight RO. But I had an issue with shrimp just acting funky, and I couldn't figure out what it was. And somebody said, "Hey, do you have ramshorn snails?" I said, "Yeah." They said, "Are they dying?" And I looked in there, and there were some dead ones. And I hurried up, did a water change, and I didn't realize that the ammonia was everything looked perfect. I didn't take that into consideration. So nitrates, yeah, keep it as close to zero as possible. I'm not saying that they can't be in it. I would lie if I told. I mean, I keep them in my gulper tank with my gulper fish. They don't eat them because they're. I don't think they're. I mean, they're fast, but I think they're too small to care. It'd be like eating a Tic Tac or something. So, but like I said, I'm not saying that they can't because I don't keep tanks with high nitrates and stuff. So I can't really answer that. But I know that when the numbers are off, when the nitrates are going up, yeah, the shrimp don't like that. Now, I know that for a fact because you can overfeed shrimp tanks and get high nitrates. And I've done that. That's why, as much as I preach about don't overfeed, I still overfeed. To this day, it's hard. I'm starting to cut back now. But even when you think you're cutting back, are you really cutting back? So you have to go like Danny, and go days, 3-4 days, like we do with the gulper cats. But like, Father Fish said, hungry fish is always a healthy fish because they're all, they're always looking. So, but I do well. I wouldn't say they do well. They'll sustain, but will they breed and live long lives? I'm not. I don't want to say, well, 100% no, but all I know is when I've had that issue, when I've seen my shrimp slow up and it was that, I did a water change. It wasn't like I waited, to check it out, So all I do know is high nitrates or nitrates that are going up from zero, you'll be able to tell in the shrimp. I do have plants use our roadie water with minerals I get from Germany through a supplier. Father Fish knows my tanks. Okay, there you go. That is good. Yeah. If Yeah, Hans. Yeah, well, that's where Hans started at, was in Germany. And then he moved here. He's kind of like how like some Asian companies get their shrimps to the U.S. and then someone in the U.S. sells for them. Like Eric Lucas sells. Gosh, now I can't. I'm losing it all. But Eric Lucas, sells shrimp. Somebody's gonna have to put his name up there. I went blank because I'm stuck with Hans now. Oh God, crap! But that's what it is, and that's where he learned everything, was over there in Germany. Yeah, that's how I got all my discus from Hans. Until, like I said, till I started getting from Malaysian stuff and like Red Eagles. I was getting all sorts of stuff that were, not for nothing, but when you're looking at the same discus all the time and they're all the same because they only have so many. That's when you start to get other ones, and oh my gosh, some of these other ones were just, thick, so thick and just big. They're nice. Yeah, but Hans is top notch. Hans, and then you got what's his name in Florida? Gosh, I can't believe I can't remember these guys. I got too much going on in my head watching this water and everything else. I don't know much about nitrates. Yeah, but I don't do water changes on my shrimp tank, and I'll just top off with the chlorinated tap water. Yeah. Well, but that's the thing is, like I said, Danny, is I overfed. Feed, still do. So when you overfeed, you might have the light finger to where you don't. So it doesn't matter, when it comes to your shrimp. But I overfeed, or fed, so it can become a problem. So that's Neil Mitchell. Welcome. Well, zero ammonia, zero nitrates. That's a given for any tank. I'll keep an eye on nitrates. But plants like some, so I won't try to keep nitrates. No. Yeah, no. If you got plants and everything, the only thing that I would do is just watch your feeding. Let the plants eat the rest, because if you start to cut back on your feeding, then the plants are going to take care of the rest. And if you have plants, I don't think you'll have a problem. But like me, if I have, a baseball size of moss in the tank, it's not going to be able to take care of that issue. So now the tanks are, if you see them, they're so full to the front that, that's why I really don't do too many water changes. I have Ludwigia in my shrimp tanks. Yeah, I got it too. It's filled in nice. Time to start trimming. If somebody wants some, let me know. And that's a really nice plant to propagate and to replant. It re-roots pretty quick. But low, I can nitrates. I can work on. I think that's what I was having problems with. I keep nitrates pretty high, like 40 ppm usually. Wow, how the heck is anyone supposed to my last text? Oh, sorry, my phone is tweaking. Oh, no, it's cool. I can more or less figure it out. What does everybody complain about, the word check or word spell or whatever? Yeah, it's with me, my nitrate issue is from overfeeding. Because shrimp don't poop much. Well, I can't say they don't poop much. They poop, but that's where the plants come in. But still, when I overfeed, my nitrates go up, and then I see that my shrimp start to slow down. And so, like the extreme red King Kongs up here means they're all red and just the tip of the tail's white. Excuse me. They're so slow, they haven't been eating. So I haven't fed them in a week. I fed them once, gave them a piece of green bean. And I just did another water change on them yesterday. I don't know, 2 inches. I just continue to do it. Continue to do that water change, the water change, the water change. Because whatever it is in the water. What do they always say about fish? Don't run a medication all the time. Do a water change. And then a couple days later, another water change. A couple days later, another water change. Most likely it's in the water. There's something in the water, like high nitrates, nitrites, ammonia, something in there that's making them not feel good. You know, it's ruining their day. So water change, water change, water change. Not huge amounts, at least when it comes. I guess water change is all, it all comes down to the size of the tank. I mean, and you just have to remember, the more you take out, then that tank has to rebuild the bacteria and change that water into tank water, when it comes out of your tap or your RO or whatever, because like me, if I put tap water back into the tank, there's no bacteria built up in that. So the smaller amounts that I take out of the tank, the less that the tank has to hurry up and rebuild in that fresh water I just put in. But anyways, to get back to this, I just saw today, after doing water changes in this for like 2 weeks, like every 4 days, 5 days, I'll take out like 2 inches. I just did a water change yesterday, and today there's a female came out pregnant. So, and they've been slow, but now that I see she's pregnant, it lets me know that, that the water changes really do help. I don't need to put any medication in there. It's just, hey, quit doing this, and just let them go. And that's why I like the Sawashita so much, because they just hang out in there. But they do come out looking for bigger stuff, and that's, it's when you can see every day that your shrimp are doing so well. I'm about to try Neo Shrimp again. Just got a 5-gallon. Thinking of doing a dirt tank and letting it run for like a month with no fish or shrimp to let it grow lots of biofilms and algae. Yeah, that'd be great, unless you could just squeeze one of your dirty sponge filters in it. I mean, shoot, put a sponge filter in it, squeeze a bunch of dirty, moldy stuff in there, and God, if you got dirt, man, that'd be incredible. I'd probably let it sit for a couple of days, let any gases or whatever come out, and you probably put them right on in there. Neos are pretty forgiving when it comes to that. They're not so much now I've done it, but I don't ever preach it to anybody or say, hey, do it. But, even with Caridina, I've put them right in a brand new tank. But I use substrate that does not build ammonia. If it does, it's so small that it doesn't hurt them. Father Fish asked me to do a dirt tank and then let him know. He's like, I don't think anyone's done one yet. I just haven't got to the point to where I had an empty one. Kind of might have an empty one right now, and I wouldn't mind trying it. But he's like, hey, please let me know. Blah, blah, blah. But Father Fish, yeah, he's that's one cool cat right there. But yeah, a well-oiled machine. That should be Father Fish's his little slogan or logo. Father Fish, a well-oiled machine. So that's what his fish tanks are. They're well-oiled machines. That's a guy who, it doesn't do anything to them. How is that? Because they're well-oiled machines. That should be a slogan. If anybody knows Father Fish, send him that. Let him know so he can use it so nobody else steals it. I came up with it, so I don't think anybody can use it but Father Fish. So, yeah, tell him that his slogan should be dirted tanks, a well-oiled machine or something like that. That'd be cool. Just seen 2 more baby shrimp, but these are clear. Maybe no color yet. Hopefully yellow. Yeah, here's the thing. I don't care if you let it go. Gosh, is it beautiful, man? To see a tank with clear shrimp are just as pretty as colored shrimp. Because they're shrimp. Now, if you don't want them in there, yes, they could be yellow, but highly doubtful. But they could be yellow, Now, if they don't have a back line, because if they're the ones you got off of me, then they're probably going to be clear. But hold on, we got to change the water. Hold on now, hold on. Oh yeah, look at all these babies. Oh, wait. What is that? Wow, is that it? Wow. A clear. I'm going to have to wait for this guy to grow up. It's a clear dancing man. Oh, look at the babies. They had a couple birthings now. But yeah, it's a clear shrimp. But what was that? That would mean that if it has no white pigment, but it's got like ghost eyes to it. Ooh, what do we got happening? Ooh. Oh, look at all the babies down there. Gosh, somebody just had more babies. Woo! So happy. But man, I can't remember. Where was I at? But anyways, yeah, let Father Fish know that stuff. I like Father Fish. He's a cat that I'd like to sit around and suck up all the knowledge. But yeah, the 5 gallon I think would be great. I'd go real deep with it. I'd probably go 2 inches of dirt. Or do an inch of dirt, do an inch of sand. Because it doesn't matter. A 5 gallon tank, you can have probably 100 shrimp in it. What did Joe Shrimp Shack tell me at Aquashell? I think he said in this 5 gallon tanks, he'd keep up to like 200 shrimp in it. I said, you're kidding me. He's like, no. So now I don't know if they'll breed that much, but these are his breeding tanks, I think. If I'm correct on our conversation at the time, I don't know if they're imported, like he put 200 imported shrimp in a 5 gallon. I don't think so. It'd probably make it crash. So he's probably breeding that many up in there. So I have done it before with a well-seasoned filter and old gravel, but so far I want to try something different and be patient with my shrimp, hoping to breed for food for. All right, Atkins. Did you see it? Oh, he changed it. And micro predators I have for food for murder beans. Boy, you have angry beans? Yeah. Okay, yeah. No, yeah, take your time. I mean, that's the best part. It's kind of like watching a flower blossom. I'm just saying that's why I don't ever preach about going fast because when I was starting out, I needed tanks. I needed to go. And so I would put, I put them in the tank. But I always noticed that when I would hurry it up, the tank or the shrimp wouldn't start doing anything. For one, when they got big enough, and two, till the tank started to age, they didn't want to do anything in a brand new tank. For some reason, it's I'd have the live bacteria in there. My live bacteria that I sell, I would leave the lights on for 4 days or whatever, and I'd put shrimp in, and they love it. It wasn't no death or nothing, but to get them to breed, it would always seem like it'd take longer for them to breed that way than it would if you put them in a tank that's been running for 2 years. And what'd they do? They bred over here in the Galaxy fishbone tank too. Another thing, still running all this fluval stratum. No issues with pH. I don't know. This stuff's good. It says my tanks are dirt, and I follow this technique. Very easy to maintain. Just clean the glass, remove a bit of water, and add water. All done. Everything good. Nah, man, I have 2 clear shrimp adults. I like them tons. Yeah, see, that's what I'm saying. Clear shrimp. Hey, the clear shrimp, it's, Here's a question. Can you call somebody and say, hey, yeah, can I get, 20 clear shrimp? People don't keep clear shrimp. So if you have the Skittles pack, I don't keep clear shrimp either, except orange eyes, Caridina. But, now you have a color that no one carries. That's what I'm saying. It's like my Cataglons, they look like melted, what are those candies? They look like melted candy all in there, It's just the Cataglons are gorgeous. And I think I gave you some Cataglons in one of your orders, too. Yeah, Cataglons are nice. Pea puffers, micro predators I have. Oh, nice. Boy, that's another thing I used to get sucked into when I didn't know. And I did know, but half the time I didn't care. Like my buddy's store right now has a Fahaka puffer about this big. I know on the computer it looks big. Let's say 8 inches. And somebody brought it in. It had a huge gut on it, so it's fed so well. Yeah, now it's not fed so well because, of course, it's in a fish store. But I told him, I said, yeah, man, I can't believe it's still sitting there. He's like, me neither. Because for some reason, big fish sales, they kind of clunked out. I have fish there now that they've been there for 2 months, haven't sold. When before, but see, it's summertime and stuff, so I'm thinking any minute now things are going to change. But, man, I used to buy puffers, bring them home. I'd let them at the store tell me, oh, yeah, they're good. They won't hurt nobody. Bring them home. Next thing you know, days later, fish have chewed up fins on them and stuff. It was always I just want puffers. I think they're super cool. Now, I know you can keep pea puffers and everything like that, but it's I don't know. I'd love to have one of those big puffers in a tank, with a bunch of other stuff. But he's like, nope, it's like a tank only fish. And it's like, all right, well, I already have gulper cats. That's a tank only fish. I don't want to have a big, huge tank with one fish in it. Those are things I try to stay away from. That's why I like nano fish so much. Because you can mix them and you can put a ton in a tank. I like to look at a bunch of stuff, but puffers are probably, I don't know, just incredible fish. I love them so much. I've always loved big predatory fish, but I can't have big tanks. So when I found out micro predators are a thing, man, I've been hooked on it. Yeah, it's just puffers are sweet. Now I'm almost positive that didn't I see, who was it? Was it Florida Fish Rescue? I thought I saw him with pea puffers in a tank and other fish. So I think if you have the right fish that can kind of like stand up to a puffer and not get, beat up by it, I think you'd be in good shape. But puffers are gorgeous fish. I've always wanted like a saltwater tank just for a puffer because their eyeballs, it's just, I don't know, it kind of looks like one of those dudes off Star Wars and stuff, they're, it's something with that, and like those little the kid up at the store down the street, I call him kid because he's a lot younger than me, but he breeds those, I know this is a whole different area, but he breeds those poison dart frogs, like the blue ones and all those gorgeous colors. Those things are, they're so small, they're just so pretty. I'd love to have like a setup. Now that's one thing I would do. Set a tank up and put them guys in there and have it all warm and steamy. He breeds them. I guess he sells them on online somewhere, but I guess he makes buku money off of that. But yeah, gulpers are so cool. I almost got one. Yeah, it's like anything. There's times when you can get them, times when you can't. I guess when they can get them, into the States and stuff. But predatory fins, I like to watch that stuff. He has them. Well, he had them Now what he has is like the big ones. I was just watching his channel, what was it, yesterday or day before, on a feeding of all of his fish, and he's got 2 big ones in there. But he was selling his big ones. He had sales on them. They're like 10, 12 inches for $100 a piece. But it's just, like right now they're so fat swimming up the front of the glass like this. They're not like I don't know, like pike fish and this fish, to where they need long areas to go swim. That's why a breeder, it's 24 inches or 20 inches deep. Get one of those low boys, anything. I mean, they don't need to swim up. They're a bottom fish, give them room like that, they're good. But the gulper cat are pretty sweet. They killed the ottos and lipnet snails. Oh, they killed the ottocinclus? Yeah, pea puffers are there. Don't let what is it? They say dynamite comes in small packages. Don't let the size fool you. What do they say? Don't let the smooth taste fool you. Yeah. Yeah, they're really, really nice. Yep, can't beat it. And see, a lot of people say that they have a hard time finding them. They're over here by me all the time. The store down the street from me always has them. But they must know someone to get them from. And they're always healthy, just like ottocinclus. For a while there, I was buying ottocinclus. I still have one left over here, running up the glass. People say they can't get healthy ottos. So I started buying them, and people were getting them from me, but then it kind of died off, and I was like, all right, nobody wants ottos anymore, so I'll stop getting them. But the ottocinclus I get down by me, they're in great shape. Are you sure the ottos just didn't make it? I have a problem. See, I have a problem with ottos that are stored. That's what I'm saying. I don't know the store down from me. I don't know where they get them, but I would get them, keep them for a little bit, and then send them out, and everybody was buying them off of me because they couldn't keep them alive. Wherever they're getting them from, they don't do well. I would love to have a puffer. Not a pea puffer, but the next size up brackish. I can't think of the name. Oh, they have the other ones that Predatory Fins has. If you guys don't know Predatory Fins, go on there. He just did his feeding, and he has a little potato puffer. Was it a dragon puffer? And those suckers are about like this big right now, maybe a little big, but he has another one in there. It looks like it's not a spotted, not a figure 8 puffer, Amazon puffer or something like that. He's like, man, I need to find this guy a home, because there's sometimes, they have fish they don't sell out of, and they, a fish in a tank that no one's buying is wasting, real estate for someone who sells fish. In a store setting. See, me, I could care less because this is in my home. So if I don't sell something, guess what? I get to keep it, look at it all the time. But in a store, they need to sell everything they get because it's just taking up real estate. They have to feed it, all that stuff, and that's money they keep dumping into a pet or a fish. If no one's buying it, they're spending way more money on this thing. So check them out. Yeah. Oh, figure 8. Yeah, figure 8s are really nice. I know a lot about. Well, I know a lot of names of puffers. Let me tell you that because I've had a lot of them. But the fajakas, they're beautiful, beautiful, beautiful fish. All right, let's slide down here to my homemade shrimpies. Yeah, I had a figure 8. I love them. Yeah, figure 8s. Now I have bumblebee gobies instead in my brackish tank. Yeah, gobies are super cool. Super, super cool. Who is it? Aquaballs has really sweet gobies, the ones that come out of the water. I think Danikin's got some cool ones. TNA, that's awesome. You need to show us. I'm still here just listening while building the 66 Nova model car. Ooh. Oh, you do models? Sweet. You're like, well, I don't want to say like me, but that's why I, get along with Ed, Chattanooga Ed. I mean, I get along with everybody, James, and but I don't know. It's just more nerdy stuff, building models and stuff. I had till I sold my parents' house, I had model cars that I had built when I was like 14 that I put into plastic cases and stuff. Yeah, didn't I put that up there? I could probably put that up there again if he wants to come on and show his car. Yeah, come on here, Mr. TN Aqua. I always post that for people to come up if they want to come up, but boy, it's been an hour and a half already. Holy heck, 4:18. So, yep, that's here's a friend from Hawaii. This is another gentleman that been friends with Mike Green. Oh yeah, I sent Mike Green Danny's song Glassbox Hero. He just sent me a thumbs up on it. I share stuff all the time. Yeah, I'll do a video on it once I get further along. I just got so yeah, he ain't even opened the box yet. You posted but didn't pin it. Oh yeah, I put it on. Well, it's right above that. What you just put on there, Danny. Yeah, I pinned it before. Oh, it says copy to clipboard. Email, Gmail, instructions for guests. Yeah, so that's our day. So yeah, we're gonna the wife's gonna do stuff. I'm gonna do more stuff around here. I'll show you guys what I've been doing once it's done or once I get done. Oh yeah, I wanted to tell you about that. We have some upgrades going on down here right now. Yeah, down in the basement. And some issues I'm going to have is coming this way and then all the way around over to here. I might have to take the shrimp room down. So it's going to be like drain all the tanks halfway so I can pick them up, carry them, move them over, put them on the ground everywhere. I mean, it's 28 tanks. And I have to pull the shelf out, do what I do. And then, I don't know. Same thing over here. 32 tanks, drain them halfway down, get them all, wrap all the way around the wall, move all the air system and everything. I was able to get something for the house for free. And I started it down around there already. Then I'm going to do this back wall probably tomorrow, but I got to come all the way down here and all the way around, just doing the brick, covering it up. Got some super, super, super cool stuff that we're putting on it to take it to a whole nother level. But so that's what I'm really busy on. So I hope no one calls me for work for at least a couple days. So I can work on that more. And like I said, if I have to move all these tanks, boy, is that gonna suck. But it is what it is. 17. Hold on. Oops. Who's that? Oh, shut up. Miss Leah Jet, what is going on?
I'm just trying to figure out this camera thing. How do you flip the camera?
It should be a round button with some arrow lines. Nope. You just flipped yourself off the screen. And there she is again. So we'll figure it out. Don't worry.
There's my ceiling.
Huh?
There's my ceiling.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, that looks good. And there she goes again. You can't tap your screen. Nothing comes up to flip it.
Every time I flip the arrow to flip it, it turns me
cut
off.
you off.
Yeah.
Well, that's weird. Yeah. Okay, keep it like that. If you could still hear me. Nope, that didn't do nothing.
Cam and Mike.
No. Still in you says the middle button on the bottom that has a cam. There it is. There it is. Oh, now Leah Jet's going to show her big time crazy blue. It's like Rico Nico's crazy blue. Are those just your extremes?
No, those are the ocean. I guess they're called ocean when they have that really dark blue on them.
I don't know. Those make me think of that Rico Nico's those crazy blue. He calls them crazy blue, and they're like beyond expensive. Those are super cool.
Yeah.
Where did those come from?
Out of my regular colony.
Oh my gosh. Look at that one all the way to the left. It's got like, is that a clear from the head and then clear and then dark blue, or is that a little white in there?
There's a little white. And
yeah, that is
clear and dark. Yeah. So I just saw a baby in here, so
nice.
They're starting to breed.
And when did this start?
I've started seeing these in my regular colony like a year and a couple months ago.
But how long were you breeding them before you saw those?
Well, I bought like 11 blue bolts 3.5 years ago.
Wow. So you've been doing it for like 2 years before these even came out, eh?
That's right. And these just started coming out on their own. So.
Wow.
I don't know if you can see this guy down here.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Wow. Yeah, those are like, they kind of look like that one. Anyways, kind of looks like a fancy red tiger, but he's like a fancy blue tiger.
Yeah.
That's super cool. So did you pull these out of your tank and start a new tank, or is this still your extreme tank?
No, I gave up on the extremes. So I put the extremes in with these.
Oh, nice.
Hang on. Sorry, the camera's shaky.
No. It's fine.
But this is my regular Blue Bolt tank that I've.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
And there's still some in here that I need to pull out that look like these other guys, but.
Those are incredible. I've never seen, like I said, I've seen Rico's crazy blue, but still they don't look nothing like that. That's incredible just to have a tank and, oh yeah, look at that. See, now people ask me at times, what do you think is going to be the next hot shrimp? And I'm like, well, I mean, who knows? I mean, you could get stuff, anything to come out and it could be the net, something like that. And then you ask yourself, well, what gene did they use to make your extreme blue bolts to where they're coming out like that now?
Yeah, I didn't add anything. This is just their genes.
Right. And that's what I'm saying. What was implemented years, whoever you got them from, what did they implement into the extreme to make them the extreme? And now they're coming out like that. That's super cool.
Yeah. Monica Polar weighed in on these guys, and she seems to think they're Serrata genes, and she thinks that the original group that I got of 11 were somebody's pet project from Taiwan.
Oh, really?
Because my blue bolts were imported when I got them. That's all I
Yeah.
knew. They were imported. So I contacted the importer guy that I bought them from and asked him about 3 years ago where he was getting his shrimp, and he just said, "Yeah, I get them. I got those ones from Taiwan."
Oh, wow.
So
I haven't seen nothing like that come out of mine yet, but I hope I do. Oh, yeah, look at that one down there. And I like how the white is so vibrant too. It's not. It's.
yeah, look
I
at
don't.
this guy.
It's like such a breakup. Yeah, look at the white and the blue, and it's not. I mean, look at the tail on it. It's like the left and right sides is blue, and
Yeah, they're. I'm hoping that they keep breeding with the blue and the white because it is pretty clear. Like,
yeah, you need to start another tank.
well, I'm just gonna let these guys breed a whole bunch in this tank, and then I'll pick out all the favorites and put them in another.
Yeah,
So
my fear, I'd have to pull a male and a female out, put them in another tank just in case. I'd be afraid I'd do something wrong and lose them. I couldn't imagine those things hitting the market, the price that they would.
well, I think like Nico, his are about $100 American.
Yeah. Oh, those would be way more than that. At least over here, I would think.
Yeah, I was somewhere between $100 and $200 each.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
So-
Because to me, those are better than, even like a boa shrimp. To have a tank like that because no one has them.
Right.
Yeah, those are incredible.
So I'm trying my hardest to get them to breed prolifically. I've just added fluvic acid to the tanks, and because I've been having trouble with baby survival, which is uncommon for me, but
But me here too. I've had to make some calls and get some advice even in my Neo tanks, and see what they say, and try to get through that. And the only thing that really gets me is like, what I keep trying to think about all the time is if my babies aren't living, is the water too strong or is it not strong enough? So if I'm low, if my TDS is low, I try to bring it up a little. Now, Extreme Blue Bolts, did they breed a lot before you started to see these super cool colors come out?
not a lot, no.
Now, what do you keep your water at? TDS?
TDS, this is
Yes.
160, which is technically high, but I think it's more the GH that's important.
Correct. No, I'm not. I'm not going to say nothing because I like to dabble between. I like to dabble at 120,
Yeah.
150, 160, and then around 200 to see what they actually like.
Yeah, I'm finding all of my Caradinas are happier at about 150 to 160.
Yes. That's something that I noticed too. Oh. See, I'm getting so excited about your shrimp. I almost overflowed my tank.
So I have a problem tank. Do you want to see it?
Yeah.
My hair algae tank. This is this is the purple metallic.
Oh, nice. Yeah, that's
10
barely
of them in here, but I don't know where they all are. There's one on the leaf there.
Yeah.
So these guys, I just had seen one buried, and she should be having babies any day, but I don't know how to clear out all the hair algae if there's babies in there.
I'm just doing, like I said, what like I get from LRB and stuff. I do manual as much as I can without, chancing, pulling them out, but the water changes.
Yeah.
Because like he says, you just got to get that out of the water. So just, do a water change like every 4 days, small amount. And sooner, it literally starts to lose its strength, and you'll be like, gosh, it's still in there. But if you touch it, it just like disintegrates and goes everywhere because it starts to become
Yeah.
very weak.
Yeah, my last water change was 20%.
Yeah, that's about what I do. Just depends. Like I'm filling up my purple metallic right now, and it's, I don't know, probably a gallon and a half, maybe 2 gallons on the 10 gallon.
Right.
And I saw him buried not long ago, so I'm hoping that it really does good. Ooh, nice. I don't know. There's something about black shrimp, especially pintos. A lot of people don't like the blacks, but I think they're one of the best.
Yeah, this is the tank where I'm having trouble with baby survival. So that got me on to, I just got some fluvic and humic acid powder.
Yeah.
So I just dosed them. Oh, there is a baby right there.
Aha.
So one survived at least, but they've been having babies like steady, and like literally 1 or 2 survive. And I'm like, I've been doing this a few years. What is the problem here? So Mark Shrimp Tanks just put out a video on fluvic acid and how important it is for the molting of the shrimp. So there's a video from 3 years ago, and he mixes it up and adds it to the tanks. You can add it to your tank to make it even as dark as a tea color.
Yeah.
But at least you want to add, with every water change, you want to be adding fluvic acid. And that's to help the young shrimp absorb minerals, believe it or not.
Oh, for sure, for sure.
Yeah. So in his video, he explains it. But apparently the young have trouble absorbing any minerals, which then results in their molting issues.
Yeah.
And they just die off within 2 to 3 weeks. They all die.
Right.
So yeah, I've just last night started with the fluvic acid because I've got lots of buried females in here, but almost no babies to show for it. So
yeah, I started using this product. Hold on a sec. For the same reason. This is Shrimp Exo. It's made by Aquavitro, and it's a stabilized potassium iodine source intended to aid in replicating the ideal environment of freshwater shrimp. But they say that they've tested shrimp shells, and there's iodine in it. They say that it's important for shrimp molting, and also Mark always speaks about the clay. And,
yes,
I just got, my buddy at the store just gave me, because I've been out of Mark's clay for a while. He gave me this big, huge Montmorillonite clay. It's calcium.
yeah,
It's the pond clarity and koi health growth for koi colors. But he gave me this massive jar.
yeah.
But I put it in there yesterday. I do so much stuff. Hold on. The little baby scooper that Mark gives away with this food.
Yeah.
I put one of these little scoop per 10 gallons, and the shrimp went nuts on it, attacked it. And I was like,
oh yeah, they love their clay. Yeah.
Yeah, but see that these are things that as a shrimp breeder, I mean, most of my substrate's all fluvic acid substrate, but I don't have any of this. And is this type of clay in where they come from? Well, when I put it in there, they went nuts. So I was like, if I put this in there like once every few weeks, it could be a game changer. And what you're talking about with the baby survival, that's the same thing. I would make, phone calls, and they were, talking about, like I have the immune booster, but it all comes down to, oh, what if there's no food? What if you're not growing enough, beneficial bacteria, all that stuff for the shrimplets? When they're born, there's really nothing for them to eat. So that's why I feed so much powder food, compared to hard food, to see if that makes a difference too.
Yeah, and then the other important thing you can do is change which minerals you're adding. So there's like one called micronectin clay powder. And then there's bentonite calcium powder as well that you can use. So, and they're all relatively cheap.
I think I've heard of the bentonite. Yeah. Because see what you're talking about, I never put like 2 and 2 together until like until I told myself I wanted to start breeding snails, the mystery snails. Yeah. But I was like, wait a minute, if I'm going through all this to feed mystery snails so their shells will be good, isn't it good to get it for shrimp for their shells also? And so that's when I was like, man, maybe I should start integrating this into the shrimp tanks to help them also.
Yeah. This is my cull tank.
Yeah, some cull tank.
But it's full of super red babies and guppies. So I need to.
Yeah, but the shrimp are beautiful.
Yeah. So what happened is because I had to move my tank, so I thought I'll just do a big cull. I took out like 300 males because I didn't realize I had that many extras because I was not feeling well, so I didn't do a whole lot for a few months there.
Right.
So I took out a whole bunch of males, and then once I moved the tank, I decided to do another cull because there was like thousands of shrimp in there. So I took out a whole bunch more, and they were juveniles, and now they've all colored up. A lot of them have colored up really dark, so it doesn't make sense to cull your shrimp before they're mature.
Hey, no, remember we was talking about that?
Because
I said, I don't know what it is with these extreme blue bolts, but man, they could be nothing when they're born, and then they get older and they're just dark as can be. And you're like, oh my gosh, I'm having that same problem.
Yeah. So I have them in here now, but I can't move them back. Look at this guy here. I can't move them back because I also have some blue bolts from my Pinto line that are in here.
Right. See,
so I don't want to mix the genes in
right
main tank. Yeah.
Right. I had that thought also too, because like the Black King Kongs have blue bolts. The Black Pintos have blue bolts. There's so many, and like these blue or the boas that I got and the snowflakes they'll have them, and it's like, are these just a cull tank shrimp, or can you put them in something, or will they mess up a line?
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Here, I'm going to put this spirulina tablet in here. I'm going to watch it go nuts.
Are those snails, are those the
Those are Malaysian trumpets.
Yeah, Malaysian trumpets. Yeah. I like them.
They are the best snail that I've had quite a few different types of snails in my shrimp tanks. These are by far the best.
Yeah, but that's what I keep saying, that I have to keep getting rid of all the ram's horns because they die off, and they said get the Malaysian trumpet snails. So I went and got some, and I've been spreading them out in the shrimp tanks, and none of them die. And they stir up the substrate.
They do. They completely stir the substrate, keeping it fresh all the time. So I'll probably, besides my rabbit snails, again, I'm getting rid of ram's horns left, right, and center. And I'm kind of glad because when they do die, they get really stinky and can make a big problem for you. So.
Well, that's where I was having that issue, and I didn't know until somebody had just asked and said, hey, do you got rabbit snails in there? I was like, or ram's horn. I was like, yeah. They said, are any of them dead? And I looked and I said, well, I see a shell. And he's like, well, I bet you that's the problem. And when I checked, there was ammonia in there, and that's why I try to get rid of all of them now.
Yeah, and these guys never eat plants. So, and they're just, the reason there's so many in here is because I have to overfeed this tank, obviously.
Right. Yeah.
But
the
in
purpose.
like the other tanks I showed you, like we'll go back here. Like I put 10 in here like 4 months ago, and there's only a couple tiny ones that I can see because I don't overfeed this tank, right?
Right.
So they're easy to control their numbers if you're controlling how much food you're giving.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, there's my cinnamon sticks. See, I do that still.
Oh, yeah. I got them too. I just actually moved one out of a tank that has a whole bunch of hair algae to a tank that doesn't. Let them clean it off, and then I'll put it back.
Yeah. But yeah, know anyone who wants some super reds?
Sure, but I don't think they would live coming way over here.
Probably not.
Nope.
These are regular fin. They're not long fin. So.
Oh, right. But still, super reds over here that's like one of the biggest sellers in the stores around here.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna take some of these to the guy who owns a fish store here and see what he can do for me. He usually gives me super credit, but I haven't taken him super reds. So.
Yeah, they're the like the biggest. That's why me and my wife just got the long fins because a guy asked me if I knew where I could get longfin super red pleco bristlenose. I said, yeah. And he's like, well, check and see the price. He said, I want adults. When I called, the guy said, yeah, I got some. He said, they're $30 a piece. I said, well, how much are adults? He said, add a zero. I said, they're $300 an adult. He's like, yeah. I told my wife, I said, okay, we got to get longfins, but they sell for $30 a piece as babies. So Aquatic Arts had a 50% off sale because they were moving their business from one building to another, and we bought 6 of them.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so, I mean, who's got the money to pay $30 a piece for plecos? But that's why I was like, well, as much as plecos breed for us, because we're breeding the albinos right now, but the super reds over here, they're big time sellers. So you should be able to get a good amount.
Yeah, I'm gonna try and sell them myself first before I take them.
Oh, for sure. Yeah. Hey, who was that? Remember that one store that I sent you or asked you about? Well, there's a couple of them, but he's got like all of his stands are made out of 2x4s. Really beautiful store over there in British Columbia by you.
Oh yeah, I think that was on the coast. That shop.
Yeah, I don't. Boy, it was nice. He hasn't been open for a real long time, but man, was it nice to see somebody make everything out of wood and then stain it real nice. And
yeah.
Oh wow, look at the flamey tail on that guppy. Wow.
So that one's an Endler, and he's fathered many.
Oh yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah,
crosses. But the female is a guppy, so these are all a mix.
Oh yeah, them are cool.
And I only started out with about 6. And I have them up here in my zebra tank as well. But apparently the pheromones they let off help to initiate possibly some breeding activity in your plecos. So.
Oh, nice. Now, how much do those sell for around by you, those the zebras?
About $4.50 each per adult.
Okay, so but do they do an inch? Because here it's $100 an inch.
About a buck and a quarter an inch, yeah. 125 an inch, yeah.
Yeah, they're crazy. Yeah, they're just so incredible.
And yeah, so I'm getting another group of 4 adults and 5 juvies, and they've just had 12 fry. So I gotta go get those guys on Wednesday. That's a 9-hour trip there and a 9-hour trip back. Yeah.
Wow.
But I don't know. I wouldn't ship these guys. They're just they like the heat, right? So.
Oh, you keep them heated?
Yeah, they're 82.5 degrees.
Oh wow.
Yeah. and they'll die if they get cold. So
Oh yeah. So they're like the Sulawesi shrimp.
yeah, I could probably put some Sulawesi in here, except for I've lowered the pH with the substrate. So because these
Yeah.
guys are young and they haven't bred yet, but they're right on the cusp of it. So
Oh right.
trying to do little tricks to. And it's crazy how my top of my tank is green now because I only had 2 of those in there a few months ago. Yeah. So, anyways,
Yeah.
I
like
can't
it.
read the chat because I'm on the video, but I don't know if anybody had questions about what they saw here.
That's what I'll take a peek really quick. I was just so sucked into what you're showing. Still in it says, Leah, big thank you for sharing this. Full of berries. No, no, still in you says, I wish he knew what kind of snails he's got. He's gonna make a video in a week. Please be sure to let me know. He must have some probably some pest snails or something. What is that? And what's your foliage in there?
The messy stuff is Wassertang. There's a little Christmas moss in this one.
Oh, okay.
And some.
Go ahead.
That red one I think is a Rannicii.
Yeah, that's pretty.
And this is more spectacular. That's the Angiopons, whatever that's called.
Yeah, that curly plant right there. I had that. That was actually pretty expensive over here. I had that. My fish tore it up. I have the seed right now in a tank, but me and my wife used to have that in some of our tanks, and I think, gosh, it was like $25 a plant or something we paid for that.
Yeah, it's not cheap.
Nope.
And mine actually just flowered, and I was trying to get them to cross-pollinate, but of course the flowers wilted.
Yeah, those are real pretty. How tall they get and long.
Back there is Physodins, and then the one poking out from the Physodins is Cameroon moss.
Oh, Cameroon. Yeah. I don't have any of that.
It came by accident with the Physodins, so I'm letting it grow, and then I'm going to cut it and propagate that.
Yeah, that's sweet.
That came from Shrimp Life, so if you're in Canada, look her up, shrimplife.net.
Right. Yeah, I check her stuff out over here all the time. God, what was it? Did you ever? Is that stuff running off the air pump?
What stuff?
Your filters.
Oh, everything is air driven.
Right, but is it driven off the pump that I sent you?
Not yet, because I'm wiring it in through a wall, and then
I'll
ceiling. Yeah.
You still haven't hooked it up yet?
No, because I had to move all the tanks like 3 months ago, and then this last month I've been super busy with family, and
For sure.
I had to travel, so now it's the fall, and I'm gonna get all my shizzle done.
Nice. Now, Art, how you said that you're gonna sell your plecos? Do you have are there people over there where you live that are close to you that look for that type of stuff?
There is some call for it, so that's why I'm going to try to sell it first, and then I'll take.
Oh, good.
For you.
Well, because I know you live pretty far away from, like stores and stuff, so I didn't know if there was like, where you live, if there's like, if there's a large area of people in the hobby that can like come to you or meet you somewhere.
Yeah. In Fernie, there is really not a lot. People find you by accident, basically.
Nice. Well, that's like I was saying, someone came to my house yesterday to buy some shrimp, and he said, man, I just came across your website. He's like, I didn't even know that you were here. He's like, you're the only one I've ever found that breed shrimp. I was like, yeah, in Michigan, I there's others, but they're really far away,
Yeah. Yeah. So if I can get these guys to breed, I could ship them worldwide if I wanted to, but they're a tricky fish. So.
Oh yeah, yep.
But they're going
You can,
extinct, so that's why if I'm gonna get them, I'm gonna breed them because they are on the extinction list. So.
yeah, but what, the zebras?
Yeah.
So, but you're really not paying all that money to get the adults, right? You're getting are you getting a discount?
Yeah, I got
Good
from a guy who was
good.
Tired of waiting for them to breed, but he didn't realize they were all juveniles still.
Yeah, hey, what they don't know won't hurt them, right?
Well, and he wanted them to go as a group because he recognizes, they're on the extinction list. They need to be bred. So yeah, he gave me a really good deal on them. But
nice.
People were asking just to buy one because they're so expensive.
Yeah.
He said, no, I want them to go as a group. So, and that's what I've done with this group I'm going to get on Wednesday or Thursday. So.
Nice. Yeah, they're super cool. What's the other one? See, I'm going to ask you a question. I should know the answer myself, but there's another one that looks like the zebra. Its stripes aren't the same, but it's black and white like that, and it looks really, really nice too.
Called a leopard frog pleco?
No, it's black and white just like that. The leopard frogs are crazy cool too. They're another super expensive one. I think for a baby of that, not a baby, but maybe about 2 inches was like $100. Yeah, see those super reds, they're just so nice.
And these guys the bigger ones are 2 months and the smaller ones are a month.
Is there anything okay, so since you breed them, what do you feed your plecos to get them to sellable size?
I keep them in a breeder box on the side of the main tank for probably 3 weeks to a month after they hatch. And then they get spirulina, they get bell peppers, cucumbers, zucchini, and some flake food, but mostly fresh stuff.
You don't do green beans?
Well, I do when I have them. I haven't had any.
Oh, okay. But
yeah,
so you can more or less grow all your food.
Oh, no, not all of it, but I tried this year, and of course we had a heat wave for 4 weeks, so my plants mostly died.
Wow. Yeah, well, that's I haven't tried bell peppers. What color?
I do red, orange, yellow.
Oh, nice. Okay. No green, huh?
I don't buy green because I can't eat the green ones for some reason. So.
My wife asked, do you boil them first?
Nope. I just wash them with some soap and rinse them really well and slice it up and jab a fork into it.
and stick a fork in it and you're done. Oh, nice. Oh, what is that, a shrimp fork?
It is.
It is. Hey, most people wouldn't know that.
Yeah, got them at Marshall's.
Nice. You actually have a real shrimp fork.
Don't tell the shrimp that.
I will not. Nope.
Yeah. So, anyways, that's about all I have.
Yeah, that's beautiful. Hey, do you I'm not hurrying nothing up, but it's I forget a lot. The Indian almond leaf. Are you a fan of how much it breaks down, or because I kind of stopped using it because it was it was creating so much. It would break down and go into the substrate so much. Do you have it in there more for the plecos or for the shrimp?
For both, actually. So, because they are grazing off of it. So, I'll show you this one up here.
Oh, yeah.
That went in there 9 days ago.
Shut the back door. No, really?
Yeah. So, they do graze on them. Like these plecos will also graze on the leaves. But there's shrimp in here. I'm not seeing any right now.
Oh, there's one right on that slate.
But it's the tannins that are so important, right?
Right.
So if I thought if this was a 10-gallon, I would probably put half of that leaf in there. And that's all I would give for a 10.
Yeah, see, I was putting a full leaf in there.
Yeah. Yeah, I would just do little bits and I usually put it near the back where the filters are running, because that's usually where you'll find babies, right? So because of the grazing areas.
I never thought about that.
Yeah, I just snap them in half. And the other thing I use that I can collect myself is oak leaves.
Oh yeah. Oak leaves are really nice. Yeah.
My mulberries trees didn't make it through the winter this last year, so I'm going to start new mulberry trees and hopefully get one to live. I'll have to keep it inside though.
Oh, right. Yeah, because the clippings should grow pretty. I got one growing on the side of the house I didn't even put there. I got to dig it up and get rid of it.
Yeah, because they're invasive. The roots are invasive to any water system. So.
Well, if you ever need a clipping, let me know. I'll send you some.
Oh, hell yeah. Yeah, so that's about all I've got for right now. It's really messy in here, so I really don't want to show much because I'm just back from Ontario and I got a lot of catching up to do.
Right. Well, no, we appreciate what you showed. That's I mean, seeing those blue shrimp, that's all I needed to see. I mean, of course, the plecos, because I love plecos, and that Endler was, I've never seen an Endler with such a long trailer for a tail. That was super cool. But yeah, it seems like, I mean, used to be how long are those plecos? Were they about an inch, a little more?
Some are an inch, some are an inch and a half.
Oh yeah, it used to be killing it here super soon. Yeah, I have my tank out in the garage. It's doing pretty good. I wanted to try it to see how it would do, because my garage is cinder block and cement floor. I wanted to see if it stayed cool enough to keep stuff alive.
Yeah.
In the super high heat, and never lost one, and they do really good. So
how old are your longfin super reds?
Oh, they're young yet. When I got them from Aquatic Arts, they sent babies. Right. I mean, they're maybe an inch, probably an inch now, I would say. But they were very, very small when they were sent, and they sell them for 32 something pleco. But when they're then they went 50% off. But yeah, they're probably an inch and a little more.
So when I compare these, like when you want to breed them, compared to a regular chocolate or albino bristlenose, I found these take about 4 to 6 months longer to start breeding.
Oh wow!
So I was getting tired of waiting, so I was gonna actually sell my adults.
Yeah, good thing you didn't, because now they won't stop.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just find that.
Oops, I only managed to save about 50. The other ones escaped and probably got eaten by the ghost knife for the angels. So.
Yep, that's I have an issue because they're in the 125.
Yeah, that's where mine are.
Yeah, and there's a fish in there that seems to sit over there all the time. So the minute we notice that they've hatched, I just reach in there, pull the cave out, bring it over to the 5-gallon, and dunk it in there till they all come out, and then I just put it back in there, and I start feeding them. What is it? Hold on, I'll tell you what
I start with spirulina powder because it just goes all over the little tank, right? So.
Oh yeah, I haven't been able to get spirulina powder in a long time. I get this seaweed.
Nice.
It's and I get one of those clips, with the suction cup.
Nice.
And the babies, because it turns really mushy and slimy, and the little ones go over there and they just tear it up, and it takes, I put about a 3x3 piece in there, or 4x4 piece, and it probably takes about 3 days, and they devour it. And then as they get a little bigger, then I put the green beans in there. And then once they're to the age of where they can eat like a pellet, like you fed, then to me, they're big enough to go into a big boy tank to grow out, and they can, but I use I feed so much green beans. I mean, on the tank outside, I give half a can of the French cut green beans, and then I'll come in here and spread them out. But in the main tank, the 125, I'll take, close to a half a can, and I stick my hand way down there and I just drop it by all the caves. And it seems like they feel like there's a lot of food so we can have a lot of babies and they'll all live.
Right.
So they just seem to breed way more, way faster, knowing that there's that much food.
Wow.
That's why I was curious at what you fed, because I want to, since you have super reds. I mean, mine, the only difference is they have longer fins. I just wanted to steal some of your advice.
Yeah. Well, for the first week, I keep them in a breeder box on the side of the tank because it's a lot smaller and the fish can find the food a lot easier.
Right.
So it's like maybe a 1 liter sized container that hangs on the side of the tank. It's aerated and everything. And for the first week, I will give spirulina or chlorella powder because it just goes all over the inside of that breeder box. And I keep a piece of wood in there and a piece of an Indian almond leaf, so they always have something to eat.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. So the wood and the leaf matter in the baby tank is pretty important.
Yeah, I don't think I have wood in my baby tank. I think, I need to do that. See why I'm picking your brain? Yeah. I don't have wood in there.
Yeah, I have the cinnamon and I have this piece of mapani.
Oh, yeah.
And then the leaf matter is also very fibrous. So, but yeah, I think, and it's just a tiny, like 2 or 3 inch long piece of wood.
For sure. Yeah. You don't need, I actually have a piece sitting. I took it out of one of the tanks, one of the hair algae tanks, because it was covered in algae. I was like, well, this is doing no good in this tank. They're not cleaning it. So let me pull it out. And it's sitting on the table over there. I took it out about 3 days ago. I'm like, what am I going to do with this? Because I got probably 10 pieces out in the grow out tank in the garage. Oh. So yeah, I'll put it in a little, because I grow mine out when they're babies. I have them in a 5 gallon. So
yeah,
I don't go any bigger than that.
Well, I decided my cull tank could be a baby pleco tank too.
Nice. Yeah. Well, that's good because they have a lot to feed on, because I'm sure the shrimps don't care what poop they eat, just that it has a bunch of protein.
See I have random neos.
Yeah.
And there's green ones and blue ones, all kinds of neos in here too, because I wanted my tanks for Caridina.
Well, the cool thing is you have, I mean, as a breeder and a seller, you have so much in there that you can sell. From the trumpet snails to the plecos to the Caridina. If the neos will breed in with Caridina, I have it happen all the time. And even once your Sawasser tank gets huge,
I got Sawasser tank in every tank. So
yeah, they're money makers when you're keeping 5 to 6 things in one tank.
Yeah.
Heck yeah,
I'm glad I came on. I never would have seen that little baby in this tank.
Well, there you go. There's a good reason you came on.
Yeah.
Other than to say hi, and it was your first time on, so I appreciate it. What are those?
Those are Aura Blues.
They're what?
Aura Blue.
Oh, Aura Blue. Yeah, I got Aura Blue. I just I filled them up a second ago. Yeah. I love Aura Blues, wanted them for the longest time. And so I ordered them from a guy that, I've known for a long time. And they said that he's got the best blue ones. So I actually, he was having an auction and I just jumped in there to like make a bid because nobody had bid. And it was really low and no one else bid. And I was like, oh, wow, I guess I just got me some real cheap Aura Blues.
Nice. Yeah, because they're really hard to find in this area. So I actually ordered them from Valley Aquatics out near Vancouver, British Columbia. And he sent me some pretty good auras, and now there's 3 buried ones. So hopefully I'll have a tank full of them.
It's kind of like because I like Blue Dreams a lot, so it's a soft water Blue Dream kind of, but the spots and everything.
Yeah, and I keep them at about 170 TDS.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm gonna have to. Yeah, because I know when I kept my Tangerine Tigers up high, they just wouldn't stop breeding, and they're the same, aren't they? Serrata.
Yeah, it's a Serrata.
Yeah, Tangerine Tigers, the blue oars. Have you ever seen red oars?
No, but if I did, I probably would have them.
Yeah, I saw red oars a long time ago, and he ran out of them. So I don't know where he got them from, but I'm gonna have to contact him. Now I have a type of red aura, but it's Dan Slee's that I'm breeding out for him. So we'll see what comes up with that. Yeah, I got a few shrimp from Dan that when he wanted to start his shrimp room, he didn't have the tanks. He was just buying shrimps. He's like, hey, if you hold this for me and breed them, I'll give you half. I was like, shoot, I can't beat that.
Right. Well, when the border opens, I might have to get hooked up with you on that.
Yeah. Hey, yeah, we're here. So, Tian Aqua says, thank you, Leah, for showing us your setups. He says he's in love with your plecos and shrimps.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got really nice stuff. I'm a bit jealous at how clean your tanks are. So.
Oh my God, I haven't even done water changes in 2 weeks now. So.
Hey, I talk to people all the time that say, through the virus and crap, they haven't touched their stuff in like a year. What is it? Mike Green. Well, Mike Green. Shoot, yeah. He sent me those those real expensive shrimps, and he said that he hasn't done a water change in a year. I was like, what? And he's like, yeah, I don't do water changes. I was like, oh my gosh.
Well, once you get that balance, it's really easy to maintain. But
yeah, I'm learning that.
Yeah, the plant matter, the snails are so important to the ecosystem. And I'm so glad I came across these Malaysian trumpets because they have been the best. So if I stop feeding this tank, they'll stop breeding. Right?
Yeah.
Whereas like a ram's horn or mystery snails, they just keep going no matter what. And
yeah, polluting it. We got ours lucky. We went to I went to a pet store that it's still there, but the owner's not there anymore. Somebody else owns it, but I was like, man, I need some substrate. And I said, wow. He had a 5-gallon bucket in the back that some customer brought in. I said, what are you doing with that? He's like, nothing, get it out of here. I was like, oh, okay. So I took it, brought it home, and I rinsed it out, hot water and stuff. And I put it in the tank. Well, I didn't know it was full of Malaysian trumpet snails. So a year later, I mean, there's thousands of them. My wife would sit there because like for some reason, like at night, I don't know what it was, but every once in a while, maybe once a month, you would get hundreds of them all over the glass, like they're coming out, I don't know, to feed or something. And she would get 60, 70, 80 of them out at one time.
Wow.
And so we got rid of all that substrate, so we didn't have that problem no more. And I kept a bunch of them, and that's what I have in my shrimp tanks right now.
So the other really cool thing about these is, like this tank, to keep the Caridina happy, it's a soft water tank. But when you look at these snails, there's no degradation in the shell. Very little on the very end of the tip. But
yeah,
they're an amazing snail. So like a rabbit snail, if I were to put it in here, its shell would start to degrade.
Yeah, the whole tip of it wouldn't be there.
Yeah. So these guys are, I don't know, they're the best snail ever.
That's good. Yeah, because I put them in my Caridina, and here's like right over here right now. I'm looking. I did a water change on these orange-eyed Caridina because they're shrimp that never had the white, and there's a dead the round one that we were talking about, ram's horn. There's a dead ram's horn shell sitting there. So it shows you that that's the culprit. If you have them, they start to die off and the ammonia spike, But Malaysian trumpet snails, you can't kill them.
Yeah. Well, you can control them with food. That's about it.
Well, for sure.
Yeah.
Right. But I'm saying they won't.
They're
They're
so hard.
not as you're showing. They can live in soft or hard water. They're very resilient.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's good. That's good to know.
So up in my 125, I had pest snail problem. You know, those tiny little ram's horn looking things.
Yeah.
So I had five assassin snails, and I'm like, I didn't want them in my shrimp tanks anymore, so I put them up in the 125, and now I've got no pest snails, but I have a bunch of assassins. So
Hey, but those are big money makers too. Here in the States, they sell for $5 to $6 a piece.
yeah, same here. Yeah. So yeah, it's entertaining, but again, at least the assassins are easier to control because
and they look cool.
Yeah, if there isn't very much food, they're not going to breed a whole lot. So
right. Yeah, sometimes you sit there and go, "Geez, I'll drop some pest snails in there to feed them."
Yeah, well, I'm looking at this tank now that I fed it, and everybody popped their head out of the substrate. I think I might have to put some in the 125.
Right, you got to feed them. Got to feed them.
Yeah, but the whole biome process, like these fish are eating the food and the shrimp are eating the food and they're pooping, and the snails get some food, but they process the waste from the fish and shrimp, and it goes and it neutralizes itself, so you're not getting super high ammonia or anything like that. Like, they're incredible. Snails are incredible. So if anyone learns anything here today from me, it's get yourself some good snails.
Well, it's like I was saying earlier, it's very important because I didn't know about the ram's horns. I didn't know that they're that they would
take over.
I guess I did know that they would die off if you stop feeding them, but that I didn't know that it was so detrimental to a shrimp tank when they start to die off that they can create such a big ammonia spike, which will really upset the shrimps.
Yeah, I consider them now a pest snail as well, but other people can love them, and that's okay.
Right, they can have them. I feed them the gopher cats, so when we take them out of here, I go put them in the gopher tank. They grow like crazy, but them gopers, they eat them like they're little apples. They'll get a huge gut of them, and they love those snails.
Good, free food.
Yes. I mean, if I had a puffer fish, I mean, they go nuts, but yeah, I really appreciate you showing, how, I mean, because look at the tank, all those snails and all those happy, you got plecos, you got fish, shrimps, 2 different types of shrimp, soft and hard, and everything in there is very happy. So yeah, it's a big learning experience.
Yeah. Okay, well, I think I have to go now because I'm actually filling up tanks too.
Yeah, same here. I hear my pump over there. It's gurgling, so I'm out. I just went through 25 gallons of RO water, so and I got to do some stuff around here anyways. But thank you so much, Leah, for coming up here and showing us your tanks. Yeah. I've never got to see your stuff as long as we've known each other.
I know.
I just guessed at how cool your stuff was.
Just thanks for anybody who's left any nice comments or whatever, even nasty ones. It doesn't matter. I don't get bothered too easy.
No one's left nasty ones. I think.
So here's my mess that I'm trying to clean up before I actually do a live stream with you. So, but I'll show you one piece of art that I've done. That it's different from. There we go.
Oh wow! You drew that?
No, that's a photo actually, and I framed it.
That's incredible.
So I took the photo, framed it, 100-year-old barnwood, and it's hanging on chains at the top.
Oh, shut up! What's it printed on?
That's called photo board.
Wow! So hey, hon, come with us.
There's no glass. It's just hanging there.
Wow! Hey, stay there for a minute. My wife's gonna come look at it.
Oh.
I want her to see how How you
I
doing?
love doing photography as much as I love shrimp. So
Wow, that's incredible. Look at that truck, and it's not even in the frame. It's hanging
Oh,
away
wow.
from the wall.
it's 4 feet tall by 3 feet wide.
That's cool.
Wow, that's incredible.
Yeah, and it's just I don't know, maybe 5 millimeters thick. But yeah, so that's my photography. I've got it all over the house.
Now, is that glued on there?
No, it's a photo board, so it's printed on the board.
Gotcha. Oh, wow. I've never seen anything like that before.
Yeah,
Wow.
this is what I
Dang.
do when I go for sunset cruises in the Jeep. I take photos.
Wow. Well, yeah, that's cool. That's what the cool thing about finding old cars like that is, you know, a lot of places don't have it. When you find something like that, that's something pretty neat.
Dan Slee might appreciate that. I don't know. Maybe not.
Oh, I'm sure he will with his photogenic. Did you hear about his issue?
No.
He had a really bad accident. Not him, but he was at his art studio, and then he left. Forgot to close the windows, the high windows, but he thought, oh, no big deal. He came back the next day, and he lost 85% of all of his tanks. So he had sprayed, and he said his tanks had like an oil on his glass. And yeah, 85% of all of his super expensive shrimp are all deceased.
Oh no, I'm gonna have to message him.
Yeah, he's got to more or less start all over. And he said it was just he forgot to close them windows, and somebody sprayed something in the area that came through the windows and killed almost his whole shrimp room.
Wow, that's crazy. Okay,
Yeah.
well, I'm gonna go, but
Okay, all right. Well, thank you so much. Yeah, I got to get off here too. So thank you, and I'm glad that you're everything's good with you. And thank you for showing us so much stuff. And we hope to hear from you super soon.
Yeah.
And we'll get something set up for a live stream. And
I'm
we'll
working
be
on some
talking
hand drawing stuff. Hint, hint.
Hey, I do not care. Like I said before, anyone
If
who does
Pumpkin
that,
King was here, maybe I'd show
designs
him.
our shirts. So Leah's got one coming up, and we're super excited on it. So we shall be seeing it soon. But thank you, Leah, so much. Have a beautiful weekend. Well, it is Monday, but a holiday, and we'll be talking to you soon.
You guys all take care too. It was great to be on live.
All right, sweet.
Thanks. Bye.
All right, talk to you later. All right, everyone. So since we got to see that, we're going to call it a day. New Local Austin, what is happening? Thank you for stopping by. There was someone else too that I saw. Maybe not. Maybe it was just New Local Austin. Oh, yes. What is happening? What's going on? Glad to see you guys in here. But we're going to call it a day. Thank you, everyone, for coming on the channel to hang out with us today. So please like, share, tag, follow, and subscribe if you have not done that yet. But thank you so much. And we want everyone to have a great holiday today, because tomorrow's probably going back to work for everyone. So I have to go make some more RO water, get the shrimp room taken care of and finished, and help the wife out with some stuff. And we will be calling it a day. So until next time, everyone, thank you so much. And from Detroit, stay safe, stay healthy, stay shrimpy. And remember, next time you do a water change, spit, don't swallow, because that stuff tastes like cheese net. So, all right, everyone. See you later. Peace.